Good evening. We have a new snooker champion. Kyron Wilson came home with the 2024 World Snooker Championships. Let's be honest, it was the result that we expected going into the final, but just as a whole, it absolutely was just an incredible story. Like the fact that we had those two in the final was such an upset, and it was just a big shock, to have so many big hitters go out so early and to have these underdogs like taking up a lot of the latter rounds. It was just fantastic to see. I know that people were skeptical about the quality of the match, and they turned out to be rightfully worried because it wasn't that great in standard. But that does not mean that we were short on drama. Jesus Christ. I said this watching some of Ronnie's matches as well, that you don't need insane quality to have an interesting match, and that was proven tonight. He started out amazing. I do wish that we kind of just didn't have the first session, because then imagine the tension and the potential result that we could have had. It could have been a very different story. But all credit to Kyron, he absolutely deserves it. Yeah, and credit to Jack Jones. What courage he showed in those final few sessions. The way he just relaxed and completely stopped the rot and ruined any hope of Kyron getting momentum. It was absolutely fantastic, and he really piled on the pressure. Like, okay, Kyron was missing balls because it was the championship final, but I think a large part of that was also because of how well Jackson was playing. He absolutely deserved all the frames that he won. I think that both of their inexperiences just really showed, to be honest. I feel like this feels really harsh, but I don't mean it in a bad way. I feel like neither of them are really ready to be world champion, and I think that kind of showed. I think they just were in the final and one of them had to win, because Kyron really crawled over the line. I don't want that to sound mean because he absolutely deserves it and he's a worthy champion. I feel like the right man won. But, for me, it showed how great the greats truly are. The fact that they make big breaks look so easy, whereas this match kind of showed how difficult snooker actually is. Because they were out of position so much, they were having to put blacks from ridiculous angles. They were on the wrong side of the blue often. The safety was good, but often when the cue ball was ended up right on the cushion, it was often because they kind of played a bad shot, and they might have hit a ball and just luck ended up pushing the white onto the cushion. So yeah, for me it really showed me how good the best really are, and I still don't rank Kyron or Jack among those players as of yet. But yeah, as I keep saying, Kyron absolutely deserves the title. It's fine saying that. I'm a Ronnie fan, so it's fine saying that. Oh, he's the best player and everything, but he got knocked out. He was beaten. He lost his match, and Kyron won all of his. So he's a completely worthy champion, and I don't want to take anything away from him. It was absolutely heartwarming, as we expected, seeing the reaction from him and all his family. Yeah, so just well done. I don't really want to be too negative about the standard of the match, because it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. You just have to win the right number of frames, and he did that. And the first session was mesmerizing. Okay, he wasn't even playing his best, but Jackson could not get in, and the scoreline was he got lucky, but I think the scoreline was justified. So he absolutely deserves the win. All credit to him, all credit to Jack as well. They can just both be very, very proud. and it was a joy to watch. I was really worried that it was just going to be a terrible match after the first session, because even though Curran was dominating, neither of them were playing amazingly, and well, I was just thinking, oh God, are we just going to get a rubbish scoreline at a poor standard of play? But Jack got back in, the players upped their game massively, and we got a much closer match than we expected, which was a delight to watch. And yeah, I'm so pleased that it went as close as it did, because, we were, well, I didn't know if we'd even get a final session. I think Jack also had that mindset. He said last night that he was lucky to still be in the match. So we could have very well had one session less. So to get it as close as we did, and to have Jack play as well as he did, and then for Karen to finally get over the line, it was a really intense and exciting match and full of drama. So I'm not going to complain one bit. Congrats to both players. I can't wait to see what they can do next season. I think Karen is definitely going to be a better champion than Luca Brissell, to be honest. Yeah, I think he's at least going to win a few majors, definitely. And I'm just really excited to see where Jack goes. I hope he can be a bit more consistent than he has previously, because he's performed well at the Crucible before, but he's just never had that consistency to be good throughout the season. So I hope that both of them can win a few tournaments, to be honest. I think that's what's expected once you've got to the final of the World Championship, that brings a lot of weight with it as well. But I think both of them are fully capable of carrying it, and yeah, they can leave the place with their heads held high. Credit to both of them. Well done to Jack. Yeah, he's definitely going to be one to watch, I feel. And of course, congratulations to Kyron and all of his family. He's a worthy winner. Yeah, it was a long time coming. A lot of people tipped him to be a future world champion, and he's probably reached it earlier than we expected, if we're honest. So, well done. Incredible. Yeah, a wonderful, wonderful story to have two lower players like that reach the final. I hope you enjoyed the match as well as much as I did. It's going to be a long break now until the new season. I'm sure we'll cope, but yeah. I hope you're doing well and you enjoyed that match. And I will speak to you again very soon. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say, to be honest. If you enjoy other sports like darts or snooker, like darts or Formula One, then I will speak to you about those, hopefully in due course. If not, I'll see you for more snooker in the new season. Good night.